Wear and Tear, yet another outdoor and gear review channel. Today I want to show you the Wuben G5, a very unique, innovative flashlight manufactured by Wuben. So I wasn't sure how big that really is from the product photos, but I found it to be really compact here compared to Olight Oclip Pro. Which is, in my opinion, by the way, one of the contenders of the Wuben G5. I'm using the Oclip since a couple of months. Have it on my backpack all the time, so a lot of use time on the Oclip. And I got the Wuben G5 in. The Wuben G5 is unique in that it has a head that can be rotated just like this. So adaptable, versatile head. And it has a RGB LED setup, so it gives you all kinds of different light colors. It also has this wheel to adjust. Now here we have an interesting mechanical switch system. This is the lockout position. Now the flashlight is on, and all the way this, you have a USB-C port that, by the way, is water resistant. So this flashlight is, well, protected at least against splash water. Of course, it's a very complex mechanical shape. It's not an ultra robust flashlight like this or something like this, which is just way easier to waterproof and to make robust. But it is still a full aluminum body. It feels very solid. I was absolutely surprised when I first had it in hand. So let's turn the light on. We go into the engaged position basically. Now turn it on, and it comes on in the white mode, white light mode. This is not a high CRI, it's a rather floody beam. We'll see it in the beam shots that I'll do in the cellar a little bit later. A long press brings you into the RGB modes, and this is where this wheel comes into action. Slowly turning the wheel goes through these beautiful colors. It's pretty easy to adapt it to exactly the color you want. It's a very smooth transition, except perhaps between here. Yeah, it's, of course, there are technical limitations. It's just one LED that basically mixes the different colors. A long press again brings you into the white light mode, and here you have also this wheel that just adjusts the brightness. Double click brings you right away into turbo. That is pretty standard setup. Now with the flashlight turned off, if you give it a long press, you see the blinks here. Those blinks tell you something about the charge level of the flashlight. I had it run overnight, and in the morning it just gave me one blue blink. I checked that out. So the more blinks you have, the better it is in terms of charge. Anyways, it definitely can last you through the night in the RGB mode at least. Of course, this is just not sustainable, not a sustainable output. It's very bright. We'll see that downstairs in the darkness. It regulates down after half a minute or something like that. By the way, the heat dissipation on this light is absolutely excellent. Full aluminum body, and the head here has those little fins. I like that a lot. The battery, just like on the Olight, is built in. You can't exchange it. It's probably some kind of lithium polymer battery. If that is a problem or a no-go for you, then basically the whole cosmos of those highly compact, versatile lights in this day and age is not attainable for you, because a lot of them come with those kinds of fixed built-in batteries, because those lights need to be highly integrated. Yeah, this is an advantage on the one hand and disadvantage on the other hand. Even this light, a little bit larger, the workhorse, also comes with an integrated battery, but at least this one you can open and you can still exchange the lithium polymer battery if you have to. With these lights, with this one, I don't see any possibility for that. If that is a deal breaker for you, you should consider that this light is going for $20. This, on the other hand, goes between 40 and 50 bucks. So this is, if this one would not work anymore, I would be very sad. If this one this one can be easier replaced for 20 bucks. What are the pros of the flashlight? First of all, it has a magnet on the back that is not too strong, but it can work. Overhead hanging, it's a bit better on the Olight, definitely. It can work though. Should work in most situations. A very light flashlight still. I really like the rotational head in the different angles, which is really practical because this is something that I found. I like the Olight a lot on my backpack, like on the front strap, but it would be even better if it had a head that is adjustable with the angle. I had it clipped in like this, for example, and then adjust the angle. It's a little bit sad that the head can turn downwards like this a little bit. That would be even nicer. But, you know, it's built very compact, so that's the reason why. This clip here is interesting because this clip is like basically you push that thing forward and then you can adjust the clip either way. It's a little bit wonky though, in my opinion. A little bit, just a little bit. And it also have scratched off the anodization here with the clip a little bit. Not a biggie. Yeah, so with this, you can also fasten it to your backpack. It's a very complex, mechanically complex system. It's slightly on the flimsy side. But if you don't need it, it sits flush in there, which I like a lot. The flashlight has a rail here, interesting enough. I think for accessories like an additional switch or something like that. Wuben is extremely creative with this kind of stuff. So yeah, before we go downstairs to the cellar to do a little bit beam shot, compare the beam a little bit and give you an impression of the overall brightness, a few words. First of all, I really like it. It's a solid construction, much more solid than I thought. It's very innovative. I do like the rotational switch. For sure I like that. Not everyone digs it. Some people like buttons better, but I really like the almost stepless brightness adjustment. I really dig the colors and also some signal modes that I will show you. I like that it has pass-through, so you can run this flashlight directly from a power bank or USB-C outlet, basically for time indefinite. So the disadvantage seems to be a little bit this clip, despite it being very complex, very innovative, but it's a little bit flimsy, and the magnet is perhaps a little bit weak. The user interface is good. It's good. I didn't even really read the manual. It was immediately clear to me how it works. So yes, very interesting flashlight. Let's go downstairs and check it out. So this is the Wuben G5 in low mode. Let's ramp it up. That is actually pretty impressive. Short blink when it reaches the maximum. Yeah, this is really, really bright, very homogeneous field of light. Now let's compare that with the Olight, and the Olight in, yes, also in the floodlight mode. So this is the Olight compared with the Wuben. Yeah, the Olight is just a tad brighter. And then the Olight, of course, also has a throw mode. Now let's switch the Wuben through the color modes. So long press. Yeah, now we're in the color modes. So they're good enough for close up. Like the red light is very close up. Let's compare that with the red light from the Olight. Yeah, the Olight is... Yeah, the Olight is definitely the red light champion. That's crazy. The Wuben has a much weaker red light. But, you know, when you use red light, typically it's enough to have a lower light anyways. because even very bright red light can be annoying, but it's cool. You can also switch the Olight to lower red light modes. So good. So let's go through the colors. So we have a red blinky mode. Of course, that blinky mode works on any color. And like, for example, let me show you this beautiful yellow. Double click and blinky. If I turn it off now and give it a double click, then I have the police strobe. It's the police strobe. That's very cool. Always appreciated. So, yeah, and again, the white light, long press. So, yeah. So you can see the Wuben G5 is not quite as powerful as the little Olight, but it's still plenty of light in such a compact format. So I might have mentioned that I had the red light on the whole night on the Wuben G5, so it does have good run times. So for 8 hours I had the red light on and came back in the morning and it was still full operational. Yeah, it's beautiful. To switch to the colors, let me customize a strobe, like blinky mode in blue. Double click. Oh, it comes on in the police mode. Now I have a blue blinky. So that's pretty cool for signaling, actually. So multiple people have this flashlight. They can all have different color codes. One blinks, for example, in yellow, the other one in blue. So you know who's who. And that was a rhyme. On that note, if you liked the video, like and subscribe. This is Wear and Tear over and out.